Hey everyone, let's go. Let's go. Hey everyone, it's Jay Pilon, and I'm joined by a very special guest today, Jimmie Das Hotep. Salute. How you doing, Jimmie?
I'm excellent. Thanks for having me, Jay. I'm excited to be here and talk some health and fitness with y'all.
Man,
So
I'm
it's what I
I'm
love.
thank you so much for being here with me today. I really appreciate you, and I enjoy your content. I've got your video clip over here in this corner. For those of you who can see, Jimmie working out hard, and that's not sped up either. That's him going full. At least that's what I tell him. You know, he's getting it. He's getting his goals accomplished there, and props to you. Salute to you, sir. I see you and the many of the Hoteps online in the community have been posting their workout success. I know Canaan Hotep and Black Mountain Hotep and others have been posting their vids. And Cassius Cam, proud of you guys. Go ahead and tell me how'd you get into fitness? How did you start this path?
Yeah, it's great to have all the Hotep community putting in Hotep fitness. We're gonna get Hotep Jesus to coin the phrase.
Right.
But yeah, it's a great accountability, and I think it's key to having a solid fitness group that you can rely on and people to push you to get things done.
Facts. Yeah.
Most of my life, I was huge. I was a big guy. At my heaviest, I was 450 plus,
Oh.
and that was about 2009.
Mm-hmm.
Even in middle school, grade school, I was always the biggest kid. Everyone called me Big Red growing up. So, but it's funny because I went on a cruise in 2009 with some cousins and family and stuff, and I was always happy. I'm always been a happy person. Never had problems. I was always a lucky big guy that had friends. I was never picked on, and I went on that cruise and I was miserable. All my buddies and all my friends were having a good time, and I mean, it's about that time where I was looking for chicks and all that stuff, and I was a big guy. That was kind of hard back for me then. So, and it was out of some bad, just a miserable time. So my head wasn't in the right place, and I got back from that cruise and decided it was time to make a change. I changed my diet, started dropping all the crazy stuff that I think makes us unhealthy.
Oh, okay.
But it was born out of misery. I was happy on the outside, but I was dying on the inside. So, and I wanted to change that. So,
Okay. Yeah, I hear that. That's what's up. And you're down in weight right now as well, right? You went from
yeah,
you said you were at the highest was what, 4 something?
yeah, 450 plus.
450
I never
plus.
weighed till after I started. So,
Oh,
the first weight that I ever had recorded was like 442, and that was about 2 months into when I started.
okay.
And I was down definitely clothes sizes by that point and kind of thing. So I estimate it was 450 plus. So.
Did someone show you the ropes? Did they guide you on what kind of, workout to get started with?
You know, it it was mostly about diet back then for me.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that eating chips and processed foods and all the junk, desserts, all the stuff that tastes good wasn't working.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, that was when Atkins was really big. And I've always been a big meat eater. I like meat over veggies and fruit and stuff. So I decided to change up and try that Atkins diet. I dropped a lot of weight really quick, stuck with it for quite a while, and I got down to. It took me like 10 years of changing diets and getting everything done, and I got down to like 242, and that was the lowest I had, or 248, and that was the lowest I had seen in a long time. But at first, it was all about diet. So. It was I didn't really have anyone, and I was too ashamed to ask.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
And right now, I mean, the resources we have are a lot, right? From
Yeah.
from I think from further back, but right now we have a lot of resources out there that you can follow different things, plans and etc. on the net. So I think for earlier, right, you'd have to go and see resources would be what your magazines and your books and things like that. And if you couldn't find those, but right now we've got a lot of information out there. So props to you for going on that journey, going on that path, and for all your success. And see you're staying motivated, which is good. And I think it helps out because everyone else trying to, motivate each other, right?
Yep.
We build together,
Absolutely.
Hotep and build.
Yep.
Each of us, is accountable for ourselves and for helping, push each other to keep going as well. So that's good.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, that's the benefit, right? Is, I mean, healthy people are free people at the end of the day. Like, I was a slave to my emotions and like that inner turmoil that was going on inside. Like, I just couldn't be happy. So, I mean, health is one of those things that, I mean, once I decided to get on that path and be healthy, it changed something inside of me. I became a better person all around because of that. The discipline, just feeling better, having more energy. And one of the best parts about it is having people notice. And it's not a self-noticing thing. Like, I feel like I look all right. I can always look better. But when somebody notices and they say, hey, how did you do it? How can I get involved? Like, you make me want to do something for me. Like, that's one of the best feelings. If I can inspire somebody to do it, like, if I could do it, anybody could do it.
Yeah.
They just need the right motivation.
Right. Yeah, I appreciate you, Jimmie, for coming on with me today. This is exciting because we get to talk about something that we both enjoy, fitness, and trying to stay healthy. When I started, let me go back for my journey. When I started off, I was like 99 pounds in high school, and so I had the opposite, right? A lot of people, everyone was picking on me all the time for being skinny, right? But I wanted to gain some muscle, but I just couldn't, and I wouldn't be able to. I couldn't gain any weight either, and my diet was terrible though. I tell you what, I was eating back then in high school. I was eating the chips and drinking the sodas, and what I was putting in my body, the pizzas and the ice creams and all that. So for me, my metabolism being high, and I have a little small case of the hydroglycemia. I have a little bitty case of that. So in my situation, those were just empty calories and empty carbs. And so although I was eating a lot of junk food, it wasn't stuff that can put on the muscle. So when after high school, I got with some group of guys that started to show me how to build muscle by eating better, and they said, well, you gotta eat big to get big. Now, there's that quote, but it's quality. It has to be quality. You can eat all the junk food. In certain cases, people can eat all the junk food they want and then not gain any muscle, or they would be gaining fat or be consuming empty calories and empty carbs. So I started to work out and eat better, and that's when I started to quickly put on too. I started to put on my mass really fast, and then I went from being 99 pounds to being like 135, and within like 2 or 3 months after I discovered that. And then that becomes, your diet is when you can prep your meals, make your chicken, your fish like the salmon, etc., and then the meats I went with was like steaks, and then around those meal prepping and meal planning and making sure to have that in their diet. And that was essential for me to put on the growth, in addition to doing the supplements and doing the workout routine. Now, when you go into the gym, Jimmie, you're taking a pre-workout, you told me, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
All right, go ahead and show us what that pre-workout was.
Yeah, I use a Jocko Go pre-workout.
Is it a stem?
No, it's not. It doesn't have
stem-free?
anything. Yeah, it's stem-free.
Okay.
So, or you know what? Actually, I lied. This one has 80 grams of
caffeine.
Caffeine.
Okay.
It does.
Got you.
So
I got you.
But most of it's natural flavors and that kind of stuff. It's not super sweet. It's not what you expect in a lot of energy supplements these days. And I just get it for an extra pump. It's I could probably do without it. But again, it's a company that I really enjoy, and I like supporting companies and people that I enjoy. And I do get a good pump out of it. So I'll use that. And other than that, I don't do too many supplements. There's I do jujitsu, and that's one of the things. I do have a supplement. So if I get overextended, get armbarred and stuff, which is pretty regular, I will take a joint supplement that they make.
Okay.
I don't have any with me, but it's called Joint Warfare, and it's like it's garlic extracts. It's more natural stuff. It's got like thyme in it and couple other natural herbs.
Hmm.
So I've gotten to the point where I look at the standard American diet and the things that people eat, the foods that are marketed to us as being easy meals, and a lot of them are full of the preservatives. They're full of the unnatural ingredients. I mean, I'm not a Beyond Meat fan. I don't think that there's any one way for any one person. So if vegan is your way, go vegan, but beware of the chemically made plant meat based products. Like, it can't be good for you coming out of a factory like that. So and I mean, a lot of people are eating that stuff. Like, I'm a freedom guy. I'm wearing Majda's shirt. Like, I don't trust the government to tell me what to eat. We've seen what they've done around us. Like, if they're telling you to eat it, you probably shouldn't eat it. So
it's just good for you, Jimmie.
Yeah, those FDA approvals don't mean much in my eyes. So
it's good for you. You have to trust them.
Yep.
Have faith in them.
So,
why would they ever tell us any different?
Exactly.
For my my go-to is turmeric.
Yeah. Some turmeric. It's in there. Yep.
Yeah, I love this product. So if you guys are thinking about trying some vitamin that works really well for your overall wellness, I would definitely recommend it. I like it a lot. Then I want to get into my turkesterone story here in a second, but this is my workout and pre-workout and after workout, because all this is just anabolic recovery. It's mostly an amino acids blend, betaine, coconut water extract, glutamine, and the essential amino acids in here. I really like L-leucine, and this has 7,000 grams of L-leucine in it, I think, so it's a ton. And then what's that other one, L-carnitine or whatever? This is just overall no stem-free. I don't like I get the crashes. or the jitters on that kind of the overly stimulated one. Although I do like that Bucked Up product. You know,
I've seen it, but I haven't tried it.
Okay, so I like Bucked Up, and it does have caffeine, but I didn't have a crash with that. But that's just if I have to have a really, really rough workout coming up ahead. Something to do with probably my legs is my terrible spot, because that's where I had 2 injuries. So I'm trying to recover my legs.
Yeah.
And then this is for you guys that want to make your own blends. Bulk Supplements has the powder, and not endorsed by any of these companies that I'm showing. I'm just showing you guys this because there's stuff that I like and stuff that I've used. Same, I think, with what Jimmie was just saying. And this is turkesterone. And I went on and got this capsule machine. Have you seen this before, Jimmie?
I have seen that.
Okay, so you can use this to make your you just scrape your powder into the little machine and push it down on the pills. You get 100 pills with these, and you can also go and buy those empty gel capsules. You can buy those at your local health store usually, and some health stores have this if you can't find it on Amazon or on eBay. And then you could use this to create your own vitamin at the house. So what I did was I went onto bulksupplements.com to get the turkesterone and make my own turkesterone vitamins at home, because Turk is expensive as heck. So if you were to go out and buy one of those bottles, they're like $50-$60 a bottle. But you can make your own blend at home, and I like to have like marl root and sumo root inside of mine, so that's what I've been putting on there. And Anthony B says Bucked was good for me. I use Rari pre-workout. Good to have you in here, Anthony. Thank you so much for your comment. Yeah, the one I was using, turkesterone. So my story with that was, I was on it 2 months ago? 2 months ago, I ran it for a month. And when I started running it, I was 200 pounds, and I went up to 220 in a month.
Dang.
Yeah,
That's
I think there's got to be some water retention. Now that when I got on the scale again, I was 208.
Okay.
So that's just recently, because I've been off of it now for about a month and a half or so. I think I'd have to go and look back at my. So for those of you wondering if turkesterone is a quick muscle builder, it sure seems. That's an anecdotal thing to say, because there's other groups out there that'll be like, well, it's not been scientifically, studied as far as like for a creatine, excuse me, or a whey. Those have been really, the research, the clinical research on those have been in depth. But all we have is anecdotal evidence so far for terkesterone, really. But it's kind of like an ecdysterone. It's like, you're familiar with that one, Jimmie? The ecdysterones? Yes. Okay. It's, it's plant-based. This is the terkesterone is like a flower, right? And a root. And then they just, it's a herb, basically, right? And then they blend it up, and then it's an ecdysterone type thing, terkesterone, and it's a quick muscle building thing allegedly, but anecdotally, I'd tell you I was 200 when I started, gained 20 pounds, and then went right back down really fast, back down to 208. But so I kept 8 pounds of something.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't.
I bet you could throw that in there for healing too. I mean,
I would hope
anytime
so.
You're pulling healing attributes into your muscles, that's a good thing, especially if you're working them pretty hard on a daily basis. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Is that something you're gonna try in the future? Maybe you want to test it out. It doesn't so when I did it, it didn't have I don't know that the physical appearance changed that much drastically anywhere, even though there was a significant more amount of weight. So I don't know. A lot more research needs to be done on it, I think, but anecdotally, it's really interesting property, and I know a lot of people in the fitness and the health world are talking about it right now. It's like all the rage. Terkesterone is like everywhere and on every just about everything right now. Everyone's talking about it. I think that even Joe Rogan had it on his show where they were saying, "What's this terkesterone all about?" But it's an interesting property with some interesting properties behind it, and it just needs some more clinical research on it. But that's it for my supplement breakdown.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's absolutely true. I mean, so we were talking earlier, the supplements that you use are going to be used to help better whatever you're already doing.
Right.
So your supplements are never going to help you outrun, say, a bad diet. They're not going to help you outrun non-workouts. But if you're putting them in conjunction with something you're already doing, and what you're already doing is healthy, then I think that's a perfect way to study it, because a lot of studies don't incorporate that. Is actual use. They're gonna test it in a controlled facility, but again, I don't think there's one size fits all for every person. Like, what works for you, it might not work for me. Like, you might build muscle on it, and I might just gain weight. Mm-hmm. But I'm willing to try it,
Yeah.
And that's a fundamental thing. Like, somebody that eats like me and does workouts like me, knowing if it's going to be good for them is only going to happen through trial and error. So I'm all about that. Especially that pill, like where you can create your own supplements and you're not just relying on somebody else to concoct
blends.
Something for you. Exactly.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, good information, facts, Jimmie. Appreciate it. Yeah. What else we needed to touch base on right now? We knocked out the supplements, talked a little bit on the food. What's your gym goals for the future?
Right now I'm just I'm always on a path to be more healthy.
Good.
So I'm a dad. I got a 4-year-old. I have an 8-month-old, almost 9 months. He'll be 9 months this month. And my goal is to be around as long as I possibly can for them.
Right.
So at 300 plus pounds, I'm not going to be here long for them. So like last May, I was 330, sitting around 330. I got married, and when I got married, I gained back like 70 pounds. So I was like 340, 330, and I changed diet completely last May because I just wanted to be healthy, and that was the goal. So I went on a crazy diet. People look at me like, you can't really be serious what you're doing.
Yeah.
But it's all right, and that's my gym goal. I mean, I want to be a fit dad. I want to be a healthy dad. I want to play ball with my kids. I want to be the one that teaches him how to throw a football. Like, I don't want to have to rely on somebody else to take my kids and teach them to love the sports that I grew up loving.
I heard that.
Even though I couldn't play them,
right?
I want to be the one that teaches them. Like, I was a lineman growing up, and when I was in 8th grade, I had to have a black helmet from the high school because none of the middle school helmets would fit my giant head.
Oh,
so,
really?
and it's just kind of a funny thing. Like, I was always a step behind because I never really grew up being able to be fit and play sports. So I want my kids to live that example. And that, honestly, that's what I love about Hotep Fitness and all the guys that are in here doing it. They all have kids. They all have families. and we're supporting each other, but I know they're supporting themselves at home too. Like they're building incredible examples for their kids to follow.
Yeah.
And that's how we're going to change the future. Like we're not going to be here forever. Like I'm 35 years old. I got 30, 40, 50 more years if I'm lucky. But my kids are the next generation. Like they're going to be the ones that fix this problem, and we're going to help them along. But
yeah,
I mean, they're the future. So
yeah, I love the babies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, well, good descriptors there, Jimmie. I appreciate it so much. And let's see, we got Hotepcon coming up. You're gonna be out there.
Oh yeah, I'm going. So
good.
I'm excited. So
I put the description in the description thing in the YouTube field. Hotepcon starts on, is it August 11th?
August 10th or 11th through the 13th.
Through the
I can't
13th.
remember which one
All
it
right.
was. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's going to be pretty exciting. So that's going to be cool to see. You're gonna try to take some pictures out there and upload them on Twitter
yeah.
so we can see.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I'm looking forward to a range day with Canon. So
yeah, that's going to be cool.
I'm going to have to go shoot before we go out there. I haven't been shooting in a minute. So
Man, yeah, that's just exciting. It's good times. Yeah, so if you guys want to get your tickets to go out there to the Hotepcon, if you haven't already, go ahead and get in on that at hotepnation.com. So you can go join Jimmie and Canon Hotep and the rest of the Hotep Nation family and enjoy yourself out there. And I think we knocked out. I think we knocked out anything else that we're missing that we needed to talk on.
You know, I would just tell people to do something every day. If you're just getting started and it's a daunting task, especially if you've never been into fitness before, what I would say is join our group. Start posting on our posts, get involved, check in. Even if you just start, like, get a band. I keep bands behind my desk.
Mm-hmm.
So I stream where I work. So during the day, I have a standing desk. I changed that because my guy was like, hey, your shoulders are pulling in. You need to get to where you're standing up a little bit. So I'll put them back up. So, I mean, it's little adjustments, you know? Like, even if you're at work, make the adjustment while you're sitting in your chair. Get a band. Do something small, because every time you do something small, it's going to incrementally build.
Oh,
so,
good.
and I would just encourage you to just start somewhere.
Right.
Like, even if it's once a week, like, it's better than not doing nothing at all.
Wow. So, that's good advice. Real good, Jimmie. I appreciate it. Yeah, just start somewhere. Start today. Start now.
Yeah.
Start.
Healthy people are free.
Do a little at a time, and you'll get there. And just keep on that path. You can't do it all in one day. What's that old saying? Rome wasn't built in a day.
Exactly.
It builds up over time. Well, I want to thank you so much, Jimmie, for coming through. This was amazing. We'll have to do it again and see if we can get Canon Hotep in here as well, because he's had a fitness journey as that's pretty neat too. He's been posting his videos as well when he was lifting all that. I don't know what he was lifting, like 500,000 pounds. You know, I know. Goodness.
But even his dad is ripped. His dad showing up all them okay.
Definitely. Well, I appreciate you for coming through, and I want to thank everyone in the chat for coming. This has been a good time. If you want to follow Jimmie, he's on Twitter. It's at Jimmie Das. I'm at JPilon3 on Twitter. I want to thank everyone for coming through. Salute to you, Jimmie. Salute to the chat. And you guys have a wonderful day. Stay blessed. Stay